This looks great.
Yeah, and look, spoiler alert, it is.
Time for this.
Drives films with Eclipse Dine-In Cinemas Bundoran. Now serving pizza, hot dogs, ice cream, and more to your seat. Find out more at Eclipse Cinemas.
Time to join our man at the movies, if he's not off on some Greek island singing Mamma Mia. Collie.
How you doing, Jamie? Well, no, it's more than I'm happy to be here, or am I sad, or am I jealous, or am I envious, or am I embarrassed? Because it's all emotions today. That's what we're talking about. You know, I'm afraid to say we've hit puberty here, Jamie, and we're going for Inside Out 2 is the big movie of the week. If I tell the truth, it's really the only movie of this week, although we've a couple of classics coming back. But it's a Pixar movie. It's not just a Disney movie, it's a Pixar movie. The people who brought us Up, the people who brought us Toy Story. So when one of their movies comes out, everyone else stays clear. And we're in sequel territory. We'll follow up to Inside Out 2. Let's play a little clip. And
Who made the console orange?
Do I look orange?
I didn't touch it.
Orange is not my color.
Not me.
Hello. Oh my gosh, I'm anxiety. Where can I put my stuff?
A new emotion. Wow.
Oh, I'm sorry. We wanted to make such a good first impression.
What do you mean we?
Well, let's get back to the professional. I'm loving the trailer. This looks great.
yeah, and look, spoiler alert, it is. And so the first one was it was all about, it was set inside Riley's head. Riley, I think, was 11 or 12 in that film. It was all her emotions. And one of the things was it shows the development of, someone who's a child. And it's like the old comic strip, the numbskulls. There's all these different little figures in her head controlling her body, but really it's her emotion. So you've joy, you've sadness, and so on. And the whole point of the first movie was Joy wanted her to be happy all the time and couldn't understand why that wouldn't work for her. And then the message was all your emotions are important, and sometimes it's important to be sad. Even as a child, that's how you learn. All of these feelings make up who you are. And that was all great. And it was ended on a very funny way where they just said they've sorted all it out, all problems are solved, everyone understands. And then on the panel where they run Riley's emotions, this big red light starts flashing, and they say, "What's puberty?" Right? So we kind of take up for that because it's not really Inside Out 2. It's more Inside Out Part 2 because we're forever evolving and we're forever changing, and that's what they do. And suddenly there's all these new emotions burst in, and they're going, "What? We had everything covered," and they go, "Nah, she's a teenager now. There is more to happen." So suddenly we've got anxiety, we've got embarrassment, which is brilliant. It's this big, huge fella in a hoodie who's just so mortified to be there all the time. Exactly how you feel as an awkward teenager. And then there's Ennui, which is the funniest character of all, who's just so bored by everyone and all her parents and go, "You're so stupid." And it's just great. And in it, she goes off to summer camp. And that's where it really kicked in for me. Because I used to run summer camps. And a lot of it about, you see kids coming, right? And they're kind of know who they are, but they realize their old school friends would say, "Oh, that's Jamie, that's Collie, that's exactly who they are." But they're around with a load of strangers and they kind of try out new personalities and kind of go, "Oh, maybe I'll be the music guy, or I'll be this," and they're trying out. Yeah. And they haven't quite found exactly who they are as a teenager. And that's what this movie's all about. It's lovely. It's sweet. It's funny. Now, to say it's not quite as good as the first one seems like damning it, but it's not really. It's just the first one was so good, and this is a continuation of the story. So you're not surprised by stuff anymore, but you're still really enjoying the story. And I know Amy Poehler, who plays Joy, she kind of joked and said, maybe it should be like one of those TV series where we come back every 7 years. So then we find her emotions at 18 and her emotions at 30, and keep on going like that. Because I don't know about it. Watching this, I was going, yeah, I remember being a teenager, but all my life, I'm 51 years old now, and I keep on looking back going, God, do you remember when I was 28, I thought I knew everything. 38, I thought I knew everything. 40, I didn't realize this keeps on going, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It keeps on going that you go, God, when I was 50, what an age. You assume, once you get 17, 18, I've got this nailed. And that's what this movie is about, going, none of us have nailed it. We're always working on who we are. how to be better, how to do things right, how to get out of our own head sometimes. It's a lovely movie. And what's great about it is it's G-cert. So it's suitable for everyone. And loads of little kids will love because the characters are really colourful and they run around and slap each other and fall over. But it's just as lovely for parents. Everyone's going to love this. This really is something for everyone in this movie. Absolutely beautiful. 2 thumbs up. It will probably be, it'll do very well this weekend and over summer. But this is going to be around all summer. You're going to be asking me in August and going, what's busy? And I'm going to say Inside Out 2 is still going. It's still going because people are going to love this. They're going to catch it during the school holidays, even though it's out now. And top-notch movie. You can see why everything else stayed out of its way this weekend.
Absolutely.
These are the people who really know how to make family movies. Nobody does it like Pixar. Just nobody.
I just want to say, I can't wait to see this.
Yeah.
Anyway, right. Looking forward to that. When does that open?
That opens tomorrow.
Oh, tomorrow.
First thing tomorrow.
Okay. All right. It's coming back, and probably the reason is that the European Championships are on. There's a lot of soccer on the TV.
Yeah, there's a lot of sport on. And like we've always done that. Different times when there's different stuff going on, we might try and program stuff for people who aren't interested in what's going on. And, now, here's the thing. I say that, and I'm such a stereotype because, I'm kind of going, oh, yeah, blokes don't like it. I loved Mamma Mia. I really did. And do you know what we were talking about? Yeah. Do you know what we were talking about aging? That's a good example that they could do in Inside Out, right? When Collie was 18, if I'd seen Mamma Mia, even though I probably would have enjoyed it, I would have had to pretend I didn't. Stupid. Yes. It's for girls. It's for old women. Whatever. Because I would have been all righteous. Whereas by the time I saw it, I was relaxed enough and knew who I was enough myself to go, do you know what? That's wonderful. It's great fun. Not least Pierce Brosnan being the only person in it who can't really sing, but he's given it lilty. Nothing more Irish than that. Let's face it. There's nothing more Irish than being at a sing-song going, do you know what? I'm not great, but here's my party piece. Although I don't know if we'd all go for SOS, but it's just wonderful. And look out the window. Look at the weather now. Who wouldn't want to be in a sunny Greek island singing ABBA songs and just having a laugh? And it's lovely. And it's the right side of silly, but it's quite poignant too. In the way sometimes a silly movie can suck you in, and then suddenly you go, "Oh, I really care what happens." And a very rare example of a movie that had a good sequel too. Yeah.
Absolutely, great sequel, and it looks like we're getting 3 as well, aren't we?
I think Streep is in still talk about it. Can
talking.
They? Yeah, and they pulled off. There's not many movies that could do the third any good, but why not? I'll certainly be one of the first in the queues because I just thought. It's great fun. And the songs are just so good. And let's face it, ABBA's songs were so dramatic and cinematic anyway, because they're all stories, aren't they? They're just, while there might be love songs, they're not the same old love song, like boy meets girl and so on. There's always places and drama. Like the winner takes it all. It's so over the top. And it really likes that cinema. So that's playing in the Director's Lounge. And, just like last week with Dirty Dancing, you even throw in a glass of Prosecco. Now, who could go wrong with that? You can watch England-Serbia if you want, or you can go to a Greek island with ABBA. I think the people listening know which person they are, right?
Absolutely. Great night out. Absolutely. Now, you're going to run Mamma Mia for how long? Or?
That's on Saturday, and it's going to have maybe a matinee on Sunday too, because tickets are selling very well. You want to get your tickets now.
So is that in the Director's Lounge?
Oh, yeah. It wouldn't be anywhere else but the Director's Lounge. And we also have, of course, a really good Mr. Monday this week as well. Speaking of the other stuff. Now, this was one of my favorites this year that did pretty well, but it's kind of an odd one. So it's Challengers starring Zendaya. And this is the tennis movie, but it's not about tennis. It's so not about tennis. There's loads of tennis in it, but it's so not about tennis. It's about a love match, if ever there was one. And there's 2 rival tennis players, and they're really competing against each other over this girl, who is the best tennis player of all of them. But she has an injury and then has to become a coach. And it kind of flashes back through their life, all framed around this one tennis match. And I'm telling you, not since, probably 1979 when I first watched Chris Everett Lloyd, has tennis ever been this sexy before or since? It is just great. It's weird and it's odd, and it probably is not for everyone. But if you kind of looked at the trailers and thought, I like that, but I don't really know these actors, or I don't like tennis, on Monday night it's there for only a £5. This is exactly your chance to go and see this movie. I thought it's one of my movies of the year, even though it wouldn't be for everyone. It's weird and sexy and it's fun, much like ourselves, Seamie. And
Absolutely.
2 thumbs up again.
Okay. That's about it. I suppose we play a little bit of this out, I suppose, and, get people warmed up for Mamma Mia.
Oh, why not?
Back in the cinema.
Yeah,
That's us talking movies this week. We'll be back next Thursday.